Twitch chat. Hey, Becca. Oh, yeah. I need the promotion for next officer level. What I'm gonna do is just send a lower level officer. And I will hopefully be able to afford that after the mission. Gunner, scout, rocketeer, a sniper. Check these aim rolls. Ugh. Guess I could actually double sniper here. It's kind of what I'm trying to do, right? Ooh. I would prefer their aim increases instead of going down when they level up. Bring a low-level rocketeer, an engineer, and a rookie? Not that one, because you can level on a covert extract. Bring this one. Hey, Silken Sword. Hey, Gyarados. Chaos Gate 2023. What does that mean? Is there a new Chaos Gate? Do I have to play a new Chaos Gate? There is a lunar eclipse, it is true. The lunar eclipse has called me to XCOM. No problem, Thomas. I don't have an infantry on the mission. Alright, we'll do something like this. I guess we'll do exactly this. Aim can go down on level ups. Apparently.
We're heading into China for the next operation. The bogey came down hard in a remote area just outside of a small town. We should deploy
Who knew,
and
right?
eliminate any hostiles at the crash site.
Hey, Irish Prophet. Hey, Blue Milker. Is this the large land?
We're just north of the crash site.
I think that might have been like 24 hours ago.
Loud and clear, Big Sky. We'll monitor those readings from here. Strike 1 is authorized to assault the alien craft.
If you are referring to what I feel like you're referring to, that was like 3 streams and 24 hours of XCOM ago at this point.
Solid copy, Commander.
Stepping off.
Time to motor.
You do play this map a lot of times over the course of a campaign. It has 3 different entries in the map list. There's a different map for every type of lighting that you might get.
Heading out.
This one's the nicest one. It's kind of pretty, in my opinion.
Yes, Commander.
Hauling ass.
Confirm coordinates. Previous on. Down the motor. Jiku.
On the move. Overwatch.
These aliens exist. A very appropriate name for someone interested in playing XCOM.
Closing on target.
I'm rolling. Battle scanners up.
Hey Hobbit. Reinhard, Crescent Method, Hollow. One, two, three, four. I think that's 5.
Getting it done.
10-4.
It's a lot of floaters. My current thing in trying to understand this game is people have like vaguely suggested that when enemies decide what units will be on a mission, the first thing they do is roll how many, and then they start trying to make pods. Which means if they roll like 8, and then they make a pod of 6, they can't make any more pods. So you just get 8 enemies, or you just get 6 rather, enemies on the map. I think that might be true. Twitch chat might be onto something there. Kind of fascinating. I think the important thing is to shred these ones at the back. So let's put it right about there.
On my way.
I kind of want to just be out of cover here, honestly. I don't think there are going to be floaters left at the end of the turn. But I don't know. I guess we can play a little bit more safely. Oh no, you can't shoot the thing. Okay, well that kind of changes it.
I'm on the move.
What? Didn't realize.
Death over here.
Wait, what? No, that shot was at squad side. How did you? Can floaters have squad side? Oh, fascinating. Irrational is by. You're caught up to live? That is kind of impressive. At the moment. This hits, everything's really easy. If it doesn't hit, it's still pretty manageable. Alright, cool. Make sure I'm not walking to a pod. But yeah, I think how that works is if a scout can have, like, I don't know, something to something else number of enemies, but its first pod has 5 enemies and it tries to make pods with like 3 to 6 enemies in them, it's going to be pretty regularly hard for it to ever have a second pod in late game, which is what I've observed playing the game. So, makes sense.
Enemy
I don't know if that floater had squad sight. It didn't shoot at the other person, so I think it was just a line of sight asymmetry. Where I didn't have range to it, but it had range to me. In this game, heavy floaters have grenades, but regular floaters do not. Ow.
Enemy is back. Son of a...
Heard a second meld can straight ahead. So we can go get this one and then wander over to the other one as well. Hey, Captain Red. Could I work out pod logic by analyzing game files? I was thinking the way to do it would be to just like analyze the campaign. I think we'd probably get enough data to do it from that. But then I was thinking more about XCOM and realized that I've like already played it for several thousand hours. So then I just like thought.
On my way.
And yeah, I think it I think it probably does work like that.
Heading to that location.
The data was already in my brain. Who's been dying more lately, the aliens or us? Oh, that's a third mount, I think.
Heading to that location.
Definitely the aliens. It's been a good month for XCOM. Kind of interesting because I feel like this is usually the month where the game starts getting a little harder.
I'm on the move.
But in this case, with how I went after their air game in... did I start going after their air game in April? Or was it May? I don't remember. It might have been April. They're just kind of out of resources right now. Can't really send missions at me. Also, my barracks, despite the deaths, actually has a very large amount of experience in it. I've gotten a lot of missions prior to this point. So I think I really like the build path that I went for. Like, not the tech necessarily, but the choice to go after their bombing and... well, yes, their bombing missions. Starting early in the game. I've gotten a lot of in-tech power sources. Got another one here. For some reason, you can see it. You cannot. Is a thermogen a good choice? I don't think it really mattered, but it's been fine. Kind of unfortunate, but also that's a really good pull for me. I would just prefer you don't miss by enough to kill the power source. Ha. Or deaths in July? Probably like 2. Not many.
Moving.
Did my rookie get a kill? Oh my god. Alright, laser pistol. Chill out. Calm down.
We can only hope that all of our future deployments go as well as this one did.
My rookie didn't get a kill, but did get a promotion, despite not being present when we pulled the outsider. I wonder why. I don't know. Specialist means another engineer. Not bad. 44 meld. 44 meld means that they have done a harvest mission, which I think I noted down. Apparently I didn't note it down. I'm going to note it down. I think we saw that harvest mission in Germany. And it was a little buggy, but yeah, that's a lot of meld. How's the sickbay doing? Pretty well. So what I've done here is, instead of having wounded soldiers, I've just made sure that they die outright. And that way it doesn't look like I have as many wounded soldiers. That's not true. What's actually going on is the last like month or so of gameplay. Ever since I got Carapace, the missions have been going very smoothly. It's not just the Carapace, it's also the soldiers getting to a certain level. The laser strike rifles are starting to consistently kill stuff without it getting to shoot back, kinds of things. Xenogenics is almost done. I just got a bunch of money, which I am hoping to purchase this with. But I do need another 270 bucks somehow. Removing helmets to reduce injuries? Hey, if it works, it works.
Contact detected.
It's a research mission. So when they are low resources, which they were prior to the harvest at least, at the start of the month they were, they will do research missions with smaller UFOs and harvest missions with bigger UFOs. Whereas when they are higher resources, they will do research missions with bigger UFOs and harvest missions with smaller UFOs. So we're getting the smallest possible research mission. Probably they did the biggest possible harvest mission, I would guess. Or if not the biggest possible, at least close to it. So if I don't want to sell for officers now, I could wait still. But I think I'm going to send a high-level scout on this. Don't really care about Thin Man corpses. Not going to do the council requests for them. Don't think. I will hold on to sectoid corpses because scientists are just good all the way through the game, I think. Some alloys. Yes, I have had a lot of low-level soldier deaths.
I don't know what's going on down there. Check with maintenance.
Guess I'll get rid of double power source. 400 bucks is a lot of dollars. Hard to make that money. At some point, I will want Seeker Rex. Honestly, kind of soon. Okay, that's a big purchase. Colonel Leronet squad receives +2 aim per continent bonus XCOM has earned. This is a very good button to click. We have 3 continent bonuses already, yeah? Going up to 4 at the end of the month. And then probably 5 the month after, because I'll probably be able to do the base assault in October. I'm guessing.
Contact detected.
Do I link Warhammer 40k? Your favorite thing in XCOM is turning a soldier with long recovery time into a mech. Oh, the question was not aimed at me, huh? I was a Warhammer fantasy player as a kid. Never really liked 40k. 40k, I think, always felt like it was less clear strategy and more like micromanaging lots of different miniatures. We've got the 1 sniper, the 1 scout, infantry rocketeer, lower level gunner, lower level engineer because that's what I got. Maybe a second scout. So I don't have a second sniper. And second rocketeer, just like low level. We do need to level up our lower level soldiers. Blocks of warriors in fantasy are more satisfying to move around for you. It just felt more like strategic battles to me. I don't know. Connexai, unfortunately for Connexai, I got a fairly good aim level up there. Will make it harder to kill all of my soldiers. On accident in quotation marks. Jumbard, thanks for 33 months, appreciate it. We'll be able to bring someone with a 6 to 8 extra aim perk to every mission. I think we got 3 of them, so almost. Not quite. Also, it's going to be plus 10 pretty soon. What's going on? You don't have equipment. Okay, repairing the map again. Let's go.
Touching down.
Yeah, mission Jorbs kept on saying I needed to get laser
We'll be heading into
pistols,
Japan for
but
the
then
next
strategic layer Jorbs never built them. And finally,
Looks like the aliens managed to set their
the
ship
two
down in a
regions of my
rural
brain
location outside of
communicated
a small
enough
town.
for me to
We
build
should get
5.
down there and
So
secure the area ASAP.
we do lose a continent bonus if Canada panics out, yeah. We would lose the satellite and the country, and a lot of money per month. It would not be great for us financially.
Big Sky. We're in position near the enemy LZ. Strike 1 is ready to move on your orders.
I read you, Big Sky. This was a landing, not a crash, so expect heavy resistance.
So, weird thing about this. This is a landed UFO, so as always, it might be trapped. You might think I'm doing pretty well, the aliens don't have much stuff. It means it's more likely that they would send a trapped research mission. But actually, the threat I've generated against the aliens largely resets at the start of every month. So, because they haven't been running that much in the way of missions, I haven't actually generated that much threat this month. So actually, this isn't that likely to be trapped. However, pot of 6, does that make it trapped? Hold on. Let's do some reading. I think that a pot of 6 might just always mean that this is trapped. Is what I am starting to believe. This browser window. So, this is a research mission. Harvest research. Done with a scout. A scout has 9 to 11 on a landing. 20 to 23 if it's trapped. It has 2 soldier pods if it's... No, it's landed. It has 2 soldier pods if it's landed. What? Ah, but there's this small pods thing. I think we no longer have small pods. So what it might be then is it didn't roll the +1 soldier pod, so there are only 2 pods on it. And the first pod has 6 aliens in it. How do you, like, find out how many aliens are in each pod? Where does it say that? Small pods, what is that? Pod size. Pods have a number of aliens directly dependent on current alien research. So because we're at medium now, we have 3 to 6 aliens per pod. Okay. Precisely how many aliens appear in each pod is a function of the overall number of aliens the mission calls for versus the number of pods available for that mission, with the game balancing aliens roughly evenly between all pods the best it can. Well, what does that mean? That is a fascinating statement. Oh, they do have overflow and pruning somewhere. The exact amount of aliens or pods used for some mission types that have randomized pods can differ from what is listed. If there is an excess of either pods or aliens, can reserve for alien base assaults or all UFO missions of all UFO types. If there are more aliens that can fit in pods based on the current pod sizes, additional aliens are discarded. The current pod size is small, allowing for a maximum of 4 aliens per pod, and the mission calls for up to 30 aliens per pod. Sorry. The capture is not capturing the same thing that I'm reading all the time. The mission will have 4 aliens per pod times 6 pods, 24 aliens. The remaining 6 aliens discarded. Sure. Okay, so that's like why the trapped harvester didn't have as many aliens, because it couldn't make bigger pods. If there's no alien overflow issue, Longwar will pick the number of pods to use randomly based on the number of pods, current pod sizes, and number of aliens. In the process, it may remove excess pods. Specifically, calculate the number of pods necessary to fit both the fewest and largest number of aliens per pod. Pick a... what? What? Pick a random number of pods to use between those two values with equal chance of each result. Okay, so if it's 3 to 6 aliens per pod, and there are between 2 and 3 pods, I'm starting to do semantic satiation on the word pod. It could either do 3-3-3 with 3 pods, or it could do 6-5 with 2 pods. So you would need either 2 or 3, and then we pick a random number of pods to use, compare the chosen value with the number of pods called for by the mission type, and reduce the chosen value to the maximum if it exceeds it. Okay. Conversely, if the amount lies below the mission's ordinary maximum, pods are discarded randomly until the number of pods remaining equals the chosen value. Finally, each pod gets a balanced share of the total alien pool, so that all pods have a difference of at most 1 alien between them. Oh. I believe that means this has to be trapped if there are 6 aliens in a pod. Because what else could it be? You could have a mission with 11 aliens and 2 pods and a 6 and a 5, I guess. That would be the way to do it. So maybe it's possible it isn't trapped. But I think it's probably trapped. Hey, Timorna. It's okay, I have a strong team here. Should be able to handle it.
Okay.
Is the location of the pod important? Somewhat. Insofar as if it isn't trapped, we are less likely to have found a pod already. So like, the sooner you find a pod, the more likelihood it is that the mission is trapped. On the other hand, I didn't hear a lot of stuff between turns there.
Aye, aye.
In Lator Ignis.
Heading to that location.
Will do.
If I am wrong, I will return to being confused.
Moving out.
I'm on it, Commander. I'm on the move. On my way. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
I don't think there's line of play in this game. So next come to there's line of play, which says stuff about where the enemies can set up for a mission. But I don't
Target locked.
think this game has that in the same way, although I guess I'm not sure what this game has instead exactly.
What's the flight? They're
Shifting their
moving.
attack.
Moving. Hoorah!
Introduce our friends to in the zone? Or do I want my infantry to kill them actually? I think we take in the zone here, because one of them's missing.
No longer a threat.
In the zone, baby! One of them not being visible means that, like, my Rocketeer who is out of cover is going to be in danger.
Taken care of. Aye, aye, Commander.
Yeah, line of play, utterly wild game design decision. They made an entire game based around you having invisibility, and then they, like, made you punished for ever using it. And they punished you for ever using it in so many different ways, too. I think they thought it would go a certain way when players played the game. And then they saw what actually happened when you let players be invisible, and they were like, oh, this is deeply unenjoyable gameplay. And then
Got it covered.
Affirmative.
they
Covering
nerfed
now.
the hell out of it.
Heading to that location.
On the move.
Wait, I don't imagine that the Muton can possibly run forward and kill one of these soldiers. Not with this many Overwatches. Might try. Looks like it's trying.
Kill confirmed.
It got closer than I would have liked it to.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay, if this mission has no other pods on it, I just, like, I don't understand. I just have to admit that I have no idea what's going on at that point. You might have to return to reading a lot. I don't hear any other pods. Ardos did well there. In the zone's a very, very strong ability, and yeah, it was strong that turn.
Ready to rock.
Heading there now. I'm ready.
Got the best ramen of your life tonight.
10-4.
Nice.
Roger. Tracking.
Okay, I hear a Muton pod. That doesn't mean this has to be trapped, though. In fact, it doesn't seem like it is, just based on how many pods I've found.
Solid copy.
But I'm looking forward to finding out how there can possibly be a Muton pod
Moving out.
if it's a landed scout and there was a pod of 6.
Heading to that location.
Maybe it'll be the 6 and 5 thing. I forgot about that.
That's affirmative.
Maybe we'll have a pod of 5 Mutons.
Roger. I've got my eyes on it.
Aye, aye.
Ok, je surveille la zone.
Killing time.
Rock tap bang.
Cible détectée.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like 5.
Adjusting
Not all Mutons. Mutons and floaters. Okay, this is kind of fun. Is that really 7 damage? Oh, I didn't mop up the floaters yet.
Position confirmed.
This move seems pretty good. It's trapped just more enemies. Trapped is like a lot more enemies. Like twice as many on this sort of mission. But there's no like villainous zoom in on Mr. Outsider as he says, "You activated my trap card," or anything like that. I do have a low level scout. Interesting.
Je suis parti.
Wouldn't usually do this, but the soldier is still earning their paycheck or whatever.
Launching. Heavy ordnance confirmed.
Okay, so Arados is guaranteed kills on the back too. I think the only thing that's tricky is working out how to deal with the Muton. I can probably just go here and suppress.
That's affirmative.
Although, it sure does see Carados. That's not Carados. Canaxi. Different sound. It's got the skull. Damn. Big number. I'm ever so hesitant about this move. I think it could, in theory, pull another pod. But I think this move, while it's invisible from the Muton, it does have range, actually. But it might not have enough range to hit the floater. How difficult is it to lure enemies in to a killing ground and farm them in XCOM 1? On a lot of missions, that's pretty easy. How are we feeling about +8 squad-wide aim right now? +6 rather. I feel like I am feeling relatively good. Did Arados reload perchance?
Ready to rock.
I could command the shot with Arados, 79. Or I can take a 63 without command. I have other people to do this. Have to worry about it. Okay, I think that might be it.
I'm ready. That's affirmative.
Yeah, we got thanks for the 86 months. I heard the sub alert and thought it was a floater pod.
J'y vais tout de suite.
Pretty sure we have a clear map.
Let's do this.
Moving out.
And the explanation was
Headed there now.
the game rolled 11 aliens
Reloaded.
and rolled, oh my god,
Roger that.
okay. Calculate the number of pods necessary to fit both the fewest and largest number of aliens per pod. Oh my god. So I think it picked 11 aliens, then it calculated a number of pods. It worked out it was going to use 2 pods. And it balanced them to be within 1 of each other. Oh my god, this is actually kind of confusing. Okay. I just want to read the code. At this point, the wiki is not
Moving out. Roger that. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
actually helping.
Bien chargé.
Good to go.
Attention, l'ennemi rapplique.
Sometimes outsiders
Solid copy.
seem like they really want to die. Who in particular likes experience right now? You? Level up for an engineer?
On the move.
Wait,
Another one down.
cool. Jocksticks.
Excellent. Our troops returned without a scratch, and they managed to recover more of the alien meld substance.
Isn't leveling up an engineer essentially a death sentence? True. True. A fine point. Perhaps I shouldn't have. Alright, that was a very easy mission. 3 alpha strikes, yeah? And just killed... Okay, there was one muton who got to take a turn. But other than that, the enemies did not take a turn. And the muton's turn was... It started off damage from rocket, and then it ran into 4 overwatches and died. So, he didn't really get to take much of a turn. Look at how many missions I've just gone on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 32 fatigued soldiers right now. I can actually still load out a team if I want. It's not bad. I remember Fall Willis. I do. It's a blast from the past. Murdering the names before they can act is a good way to prevent casualties. True. Rather than taking 2 engineers here. I think we save our muton corpses for ammo conservation, but maybe I don't get to start that quite yet. It's quite expensive. Also, I need to wait on weapon fragments anyway. Ooh, cinematic.
So, what is it, Doctor?
It's remarkable. The crystalline structure housed within the canister is actually a suspension containing billions of cybernetic nanomachines, each made up of both organic and mechanical components.
My team's analysis indicates these microscopic robots are capable of assembling mechanical structures with unprecedented efficiency. With further study and some specialized facilities, we may be able to engineer
Holy shit!
that interfaces with
I forgot how cool Max looked in this
My
game.
team is more interested in the possibility of physically altering the tissue itself, incorporating aspects of the alien's own genetic adaptations by using the nanites to fuse the foreign material.
The commander will have to decide where the greatest advantage lies. Is there anything you agree on?
Given the apparent purpose of the nanites, they allow combining organic materials with one another, or with machines. We have at least agreed to call them
meld.
Hog Champ. That's a cool cinematic. That was kind of the intro cinematic to the DLC content when like the game's expansion released. We now have achieved a much greater understanding of the alien's enhanced genetic structure. We believe it is largely due to the amazing meld substance, which appears capable of rewriting the genome to a precision design in a way similar to how we install computer software. In early testing, we were able to devise several methods that allow for direct manipulation of the meld substance and its physiochemical properties. While searching our records for any references to a material with similar properties, I uncovered a number of redacted data stores created in the 1960s, but much of that information appears to have been lost. Is this on A Roswell reference? That's kind of incredible. Hey, Ward Square. Hey, Coda. In any case, the advances we've made should allow for a wide range of applications in the fields of genetic modification, although we will need to build a dedicated facility to enable these potential research pathways. It is probable that the invaders are more familiar with Mel than we are, and may already be fielding combat elements to take full advantage of its capabilities. We make the gene lab. We already made the repair base, so we already have the thing which makes mechs, yeah. We have a choice. We can do xenoneurology and just grab captures and get going on that. Or we can go for alien biocybernetics, which lets us potentially build a mech or two, and also gets us floater autopsy. And floater autopsy just kind of outright wins the air game for the next, I don't know, 6 months or something. Like, floater autopsy is GG to the air game for the foreseeable future. Thank you, Sirius Goblin. I'm curious how my econ is doing. Could I actually start? So I have 12 days before I can start building the alien containment anyway. I think we just go for biocybernetics. Like, the question is just, do we do xenoneurology first, basically? If I do xenoneurology, I would almost certainly do biocybernetics afterwards. Also, for what it's worth, I already won the air game. Like, I'm just winning it even harder than before. Another completely different option is I could grab Gauss weapons. My damage is going to start to fall off a little bit. Although biocybernetics for floater autopsy gives me vital point targeting on floaters as well, so that's relevant damage increase. I think we just go biocybernetics. The thing I'm going to hate is that I don't actually have enough meld to build any mechs, really. Xenoneurology the pick if I need economic help. I think our econ's doing fine. I've never really thought of captures as being an econ thing, but I guess you can think of them that way. You have to scan for Exalt on the 20th. I think it's a $200 scan as well. Germany wants a satellite. Do I get to give them a satellite? Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm building 4. I'm only building 3. I'm only building 3. I guess I could just start building one now. How long is it for? 28 days? Yeah. Build 1 satellite. I am going to make a note of that, actually. My little notes thing is getting more and more egregious. Soon it will cover the entire page. Canada not leaving at the end of the month? Not yet. It'd be hard for panic to increase. Yeah, I think we're good. Played Long War for 30 hours on Ironman last March, gave up after 1 chrysalid mission with the boat. So much more brutal than XCOM 2. The game doesn't mess around, that's for sure. Especially if you don't know what to expect going in. This is our second hunt mission of the month. I think defensive 4 cal, laser cannon is fine.
We have eyes on the bandit. Closing on target.
UFO 69. We have generated ourselves another mission. I will have 40... No. Oh, my soldiers started cycling around. Thought I was going to have 40 fatigued soldiers at the same time. I don't think I've ever had 40 fatigued soldiers at the same time. That would have been very unusual for me. One, two, three, four, five, one Rocketeer, and that's kind of the normal gang for a mission. And then I just have 2 more soldiers I have to fill in somehow. Keep on leveling up my medic. I'm gonna have Psi in not that long. At Lance Corporal, we can take Steadfast. There are other options. We can reduce or eliminate recovery time of non-critically wounded soldiers. Basically, it makes it so soldiers count as having taken 1 less damage than they did. Or we can take Suppression, which is... I mean, Suppression's like the strongest perk in the game, so it's not unreasonable to take Suppression. But I'm down for Steadfast instead. I got an 8 will roll plus 5 will on Steadfast, so we're up to 48. This is why medics are like the Psi soldier of choice. Yeah. They can take a Lance Corporal perk and get 13 will on their level up or whatever. I should check that I'm actually repairing my carapace that's broken. Also, did I not press make items available? Where's my heavy laser rifle? Did an infantry die? Do you have my heavy laser rifle? You do. Huh. Okay, a little bit of juggling there. You're allowed to take 2 officers on a mission if it ever comes up. Oh, you don't need a scope, do you? I don't think so. But only one of them will actually function as an officer for the mission if you do that. This is a forest, heavy vegetation. Just a crashed fighter, though. They do not both get to use command, no. Do combat stem smoke boosts count for psionic abilities? They do. They do indeed.
The drop site for this operation will be in Canada. We've locked in the coordinates of the alien crash site. Fortunately, the civilian
Biopod is like
population in the
6
surrounding
aim,
area is
6 crit
minimal.
chance or something
We
like
have
that.
to move to secure the area as quickly as possible.
Over-explained XCOM. One of the issues with doing something like that is I've played so much of this game now that I don't even know which of the things I know need to be explained versus which are just like things people are born knowing. It's kind of weird. It's a problem I've had increasingly as I've been a streamer for longer and played more and more of the same games. Happens in Slay the Spire too, like I just don't understand which things are obvious to someone playing Slay the Spire and which things are like mind-blowingly complicated.
Moving. Let's get a better view.
Looks like a berserker. 2 floaters, a muton, and a berserker. So what does that mean? That means back to the wiki. We are doing a hunt mission with a fighter. The fighter has 3 to 9 aliens on a crash. It has 2 pods on a crash. I don't feel like that's true. Oh. Okay, I think I understand. So if it rolled 4 soldiers total, it would have to put them in 1 pod because it couldn't make 2 pods because pods are between 3 and 6 aliens. And it rolls between 3 and 9. So we know it didn't roll 3. We also know it didn't roll 5 or 6. But it could have rolled 3 or it could have rolled 7 or 8. Or 9 still. Or sorry, it could have rolled 4. Or it could have rolled 7, 8, or 9. There could be another pod of 3 to 5 aliens on it. The only thing you could think of was when Bloody asked me about the intangible event. What happened? The way I handle the motion tracker is one thing that seems like it's fairly obvious to me. That it's impressive as a spectator. That is definitely a thing where, like, I just have done it a lot. At some point, you understand how far you can safely move. Based on what you're seeing. So one nice thing about chem grenades is they are very good at killing berserkers in particular. They strip any DR that the berserker might have. Berserkers get shock absorbent armor, which gives them 4 DR if they're within 4 tiles of the soldier shooting at them, so that's kind of a big deal. And also they deal the berserker 1 damage every time it takes an action, and its response to you hitting it, where it moves toward you, counts as an action. Did I have 2 rockets? Sure don't. The muton behind a tree is going to be kind of hard to deal with. Lurian gets to shoot twice. I think we're just shooting. We went on stream together. And she said the event wasn't really a choice, and I said I agreed, and then she said you always refuse. Well. Yeah, I see. Fair enough. Steadfast, baby. Unfortunately, this muton, the tree, prevents me from flanking it. So, like, yeah, actually really hard to deal with. I suppose the floaters are also kind of hard to deal with. I just don't care as much because they're floaters, I suppose. And I should probably kill the berserker first, or else it will kill me or whatever.
He's dead.
Okay, now the floaters honestly probably just run away. Whatever.
Good to go. Nice.
I haven't missed a shot in a while. Alright, I have to go outside and look at the moon, yeah? Is it time?
They're starting to lose ground.
Alright, this'll happen. But we have carapace and all that. I said I was going to go outside and look at the moon, and then immediately started playing another turn of XCOM. Humans no longer respect natural beauty. Mr. Teriyaki, thanks for 43 months! I'll be right back. I do have about an hour of Eclipse. There's not much for me to look at. I'll be right back. I'll let you know. It looks like the moon, but it's a bit red. Kinda cool.
On the move.
I don't know. I think that stuff is
I'm
cool.
on it, Commander.
Okay.
Understood. Moving out.
Still remember staying up late
Rolling
at
out.
night as a kid to see lunar eclipses.
Ready to engage.
Basically anything that like tricked my parents into letting me stay up late, I loved as a child. I'm sure that's a lot of kids' experiences. I'm sure my parents were like, haha, a chance to trick our child into learning something by offering to let him stay up late.
Okay. Moving to position. Aye, aye, Commander. Heading to that location.
I do have a medic. Hold on, where's my medic gone?
That's affirmative.
Easy now, soldier.
Second medkit use of the campaign.
Let's rock. On Overwatch.
Sky cool.
I feel, Commander.
I'm on it.
What was that sound?
Game is suggesting pretty heavily that we have one outsider left on the map and nothing else going on.
Heading to that location.
There are a lot of easy missions in this game. Probably part of it is
Battle scanners up.
the devs not realizing quite how hard you could push the air game.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Like if I weren't shooting down all their UFOs, I would not be getting all these missions.
Reloaded.
Instead, I would be getting harder missions because they would be sending out larger research ships and terror missions and stuff like that. If only someone could have told them. Oh, there's a seeker pod. Okay. There's always a chance that there's a seeker pod because they are quiet. I know there's meld that way, but I see meld here, and the seekers won't take long to kill, I don't think. I have more scanners for after these ones expire. So, I'm going to ignore the meld to my right and just try to finish the mission in like 2 turns.
On my way. Back online.
Yes, Commander.
Although I would kind of like
On my way.
to kill the seekers without using a rocket.
Moving to Overwatch.
I can shred them with a rocket, but I want to kill them with guns.
I feel, Commander.
I have vital point targeting for them, that also helps. Combat scanner lasts 2 turns.
Shot failed to connect.
As a kid, you really liked the movie Dragonheart. You couldn't handle the ending where the dragon dies. Holy shit, spoilers. So one time after viewing, your parents pulled out their little in-room night sky projector and we stayed up finding Draco and looking at the constellation. You felt a little better? That's very cute. I remember liking that movie. That is very cute. That is a solid childhood story. We made it to August? Hell yeah. That is a true statement. Oh, this is a very low level scout. I don't have hit and run.
Okay.
Alright, so let's take a look at what's going on.
What we're looking for. Getting a better look.
The seekers are in the distance, I guess.
I'm moving.
This is heat ammo and shoot and death. Battle scanners remove stealth.
X-ray
So does dealing damage. If you see a Seeker in Fog of War, because sometimes the game isn't particularly good at hiding them from you, you can throw a grenade at it or shoot a rocket at it or whatever and reveal it that way. In your Long War installation, there's something called Squadron Unleashed. I just lost that meld. Where was it? Shoot. Squadron Unleashed with expanded interceptor combat and pilots.
Got it covered.
In your Long War installation. Are you doing like Long War Rebalanced or something? I don't like know. I've never heard of this, so. You are probably playing some form of Long War that I haven't played.
Big Brother is online.
These Seekers are kind of being jerks.
Afirmativo. Objeto alienígena visible.
Downloaded Long War 1.1. Give me a second. I find it so weird that people who aren't the people who made Long War 1.0 release things called Long War. Maybe it's fine, I don't know. I just find it so weird. I'm sure that they asked and it was okay. Like, surely if you're going to do that, you work out with the people who made Long War, if it's official or not. You don't like say, this might be official, shrug.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Right?
I'm rolling.
I just find it so weird.
On my way.
Solid copy.
You can also make a new name, yes.
Scanning.
Of course, aye.
Prize.
Afirmativo. Cubriendo.
Affirmative. Covering now. Planted him.
Commander, the operation was a success.
I bet some of the people who worked on Long War worked on this too, though. Okay. Ammonary has one mod in here which was tweaked by somebody else. Track 2 has 2 mods here, although I'm using both of them already. Yeah, I don't know. It's like not made by the Long War team. So it is weird to me that somebody would call it Long War 1.1. Izzy Dredge!
Another day, another successful mission. Great work out there, Commander.
Yes, so I am playing Long War 1.0, is why our games are different. Like, Beyond Impossible and Long War Rebalanced are both clearly called something different. Calling it Long War 1.1 is just like completely uncalled for, unless you're the person who made Long War
We're not
1.0.
picking up anything new on radar. Haven't gotten any outside reports.
That's one of the things, is that like other people have also like made changes to Long War. They've just called it a new name instead of claiming it's Long War 1.1. Stuff like that somewhat bugs me as a person who has both worked on mods for games and also benefited from other people working on mods for games. Like, they should get the credit for the thing they did, and you should not insert yourself into that credit. You didn't do the thing. Anyway, that's my hot take. Just going to tweak my hangers a little bit so I have pretty balanced ones going into next month, because the air game is basically done. There's one bombing mission, which we know will go to Canada. Where Walrus? Yeah, I was just checking out the moon here.
Complete.
Looks very cool. Doesn't tweaking my hangers violate TOS? No. No, as a guy I don't really have to worry about. I mean, maybe it does, but they're not really going to bring the hammer down on me. I have so many alloys I could sell. Rest in peace, so many alloys. I do have, I'm about to have a 2x3 workshop block, so that's going to mean that I need fewer alloys.
Positive identification
We go to Germany!
Exalt cell location verified.
Sale has XCOM 2 95% off. It's a pretty good deal. Let me just make sure. I know I have a 15 mobility lower level assault. Oh, they're not here. I don't know where they are. There. But they only have 4 health. So I think we send Rarenok.
They need to work with the gear we
health.
have available right now. Well, that's too bad.
Oy. I have so many games that I haven't played more than like 1 hour of. I think I might be done buying new games. Like, I just play XCOM and Slay the Spire anyway. What is the point? What is the point of buying a new game? I don't know. There's no point.
Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
Alright. 1 satellite.
Commander, our satellite
2
is prepped and standing by
satellites.
for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
I also play Google Sheets a lot. True. This is probably an abduction. Assume
Commander,
so.
we have multiple reports of new abductions in progress. The locations are marked on the hologlobe.
Our second and final abduction of the month. It's a light abduction. Is this good? I've never clicked this button before in my life. No. I have decided my answer. Alright, cool. I considered it. That's all you can ask for. There are some buttons I have not clicked before, and so I'm like, maybe I should click it to find out what it's like. And there are other buttons I've never clicked before, and I look at them and I'm like, yeah, that seems terrible. And I guess that's where we are with that one. Yes, the reason I could imagine wanting more will was certainly the fact that it could help with mind control, but like, I don't even have a Scilab build yet. Like, that seems a little... We are still half the campaign away from having mind control. +5 defense means a shot that would be 60% becomes 55%, yeah. So that's not bad. The thing is, the aliens change what they are doing depending on their chance to hit. And so the actual function of giving everybody +5 defense is sometimes causing the aliens to throw a grenade at you, which I think is broadly speaking going to be worse than them taking like a 20% shot. I guess I don't know that for sure.
We have visual on the mission site. Setting down.
France is sending an urgent mission request.
A mission request urgent.
Alien activity continues to surge within several major cities. Our response is crucial to minimizing the spread of panic.
This is Big Sky. Strike team has reached the AO. Requesting authorization to deploy.
Solid copy, Big Sky. Strike 1 is cleared to engage.
If the Bazaar ever fixed its user interface so that you could play a run in the 10 minutes that the runs of that game deserve, I might play it. It is kind of fun. Reminds me a bit of Storybook Brawl, except at Storybook Brawl you could play in the 10 minutes that the game deserved. Maybe that's not true. I don't know how long a run of Storybook Brawl actually took. Don't remember. But the Bazaar like overstays its welcome so fucking much. Needs a fast mode so badly. Emmeline, thanks for the 54 months. Appreciate it. The Bazaar just absolutely crashed with monetization a week ago. They redid it all and added cards you need to pay for. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
Okay. Scanners
It's more like 20 minutes for Storybook Brawl? Yeah. What? Did it need to be here to see through? I see what's going wrong. Because it's in this tile, the game is giving me a 45-degree angle of vision around that corner. But in my head, I was like, well, it can basically see up there, right? But it needs to be in this tile, I guess, for that to work. My bad.
Roger that. Affirmative.
Ringnad called pay to win a slur. I do enjoy every time the Bazaar is mentioned,
On my way.
bringing up that I think Reynad is just like maybe not that great a human being. Still my opinion.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Roger that.
Je crois que nous sommes pas seuls.
Everything LSV touches is trash. I'm gonna guest on my stream. What a disaster.
Commander. That That's what we're looking for.
I'm rolling.
Rest in peace for JORBS.tv, I guess.
Moving.
Affirmative.
Aye, aye.
Moving. On Overwatch. Eyes peeled, Commander.
I've got my eyes up.
Roger that.
In the Among Us days, certainly one of the times.
It's been secured.
That is so fascinating. There are so many enemies, and they are so close to me, and I cannot see any of them. Let's try this again. Maybe there this time.
Eyes open.
Okay. I guess that confirms that one of the pods is up here, because otherwise I would be up to see it. Let's just Overwatch. The shooting will happen.
Overwatch. Cover it.
I'm Overwatch.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Here they come.
I didn't really want to shoot a rocket because I'm not sure whether it will pull the pod on the rooftop or not.
Here's the target. Surveillez les côtés.
Have you played anything? I enjoyed the number file video of them experimentally measuring pi that they put out yesterday. The channel's fun. Who is LSV? It's a Magic player.
Going hot.
Magic player and content creator. Yeah, this is the thing I wasn't sure about. I do have 2 rockets. That was a better rocket than the first one. I do have hit and run. Have an infantry. Want the infantry to be taking the shots she can take without moving, because if we move the infantry, we lose a shot this turn.
X-ray down.
Those are the most resistant cars in existence. Absolutely. 100% no doubt. Oh.
Shot wide.
Got it covered.
If I miss this one too, I have to, like, think. Oh. Wait, do I have to think? I don't think I'm going to think, but maybe I was meant to. It's not gonna happen though. Alright, well.
Suppressing incoming fire.
Yeah, fortunately the enemies are just not very smart. Okay. I did hear another pot somewhere.
Negative ammo. Enemy is still alive.
Why do you have a motion tracker? I guess that's why I've been missing all my shots.
Affirmative.
Another pod behind.
No longer a threat. Moving to
If you know you're immune to bullets, you don't have to move. Okay?
on my way.
I see what you're saying. An interesting strategy.
Ready to rock.
Might be something to that.
Weapon loaded.
Ready to engage. Ich mach mich auf. Okay. Position confirmed.
I'm rolling.
That's affirmative.
Headed there now.
We're green to go.
Locked in.
I had some cashew chicken for dinner, and it wasn't very good. And I didn't eat that much of it because it wasn't that good, but I'm hungry. It is midnight. Maybe time for second dinner soon.
What the hell was that? Look sharp.
It's because of a potato item, which increases dodge when standing still. Fair. Fair enough.
Moving out. Hoorah!
Mission accomplished.
14/3 is close to an approximation of 1.5 pi. Nice. Hey, Victisati!
An impressive feat. Our troops suffered no casualties, while also recovering some additional meld for us to work with. Let's hope all of our operations go this well in the future.
Remember,
I don't need money, you know?
watching.
Like dollars. I need to make another UFO? Or satellite, sorry. Because I want it by 25 days. I think I can wait for this covert op, probably. But I sure don't have any money unless I sell stuff. I don't really want to sell stuff very much. Weapon fragments, 45. Is that lower than before? I feel like that's lower than before. Didn't I need 100? Uh-oh. I have to be very careful about weapon fragments, because I'm going to block myself on research pretty soon, too. Does April have 31 days? Only 30. So you just don't have... Wait. March? Wait, what? It would be... Oh my god. The 31st of April would be Pi, but you don't even have that. How do you do Pi Day? If you write the date the right way around. Maybe the date is meant to be written the other way around, so you can have Pi Day. Today we learned. I think I need these sectoid corpses for, I don't know, something. Xenoneurology, probably.
Commander, we have an incoming transmission from the Council.
This is money. This is money. We have a target escort. Council mission for the month. 4 scientists is great. Panic reduction, $247.
We are confident that you will handle this matter with discretion.
I'll send Peter Van Dorn to do a council mission target escort. That kind of makes sense to me. We can send Arados to this, I think. And decent infantry. This is a like no-one map. It's the observatory map. I've been on it before this campaign. And it should just be thin men, I think. I think we're still just doing thin men on these. grab... I kind of want to grab another medic. Is that ludicrous? 42 will. It's so much will. I desperately need another engineer, but like 42 will. That's so much will. Let's try making a super medic. If I roll badly on will, I immediately regret my choice. Oh, 13? Disgusting. Okay, alright. Okay. Okay. Whew. Quite a big number. Kind of into bringing an assault. Let's bring an assault. Am I? Yes, I am full carapace this mission. I keep my soldiers grouped together without cover. Is that because I always have a smoke grenade on deck? Seem counterintuitively them without cover, but it's been working for me. There's just only like 2 cover tiles in most situations. So, it doesn't really work for 2 of your soldiers to have cover and all the other ones not to, because the aliens just shoot the ones without cover. So you either have to decide, I am not going to bother having all of my soldiers in cover this turn, I'm going to have to like do the things which allow that to work. Or you have to decide, I am going to put everybody in cover, and I'm going to accept that I have lower offensive capabilities because my soldiers can't see the shots that I need to take. There's a promotion. I feel like it was you. Yeah. Getting kind of strong. Does a new medic need a name? Oh, true. Yes. Yes, it does.
The area of engagement for this mission will be in India. The Council believes Dr. Marizuki's research to be extremely valuable. They're requesting we escort him safely to the evac point. Big Sky will be in position to make the pickup at the other end of the facility. New objective received.
I actually, like, really dislike this mission. I never feel like there is any good way to do it. Oh, my engineer doesn't have armor.
I'm on the move.
Well, doesn't help.
Headed there now.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Let's do this.
At this point in the campaign, my squad
My
just
efforts here have been
should
focused
be
on
so
studying
strong
the alien
that
flight paths,
anything I do works,
in the
though.
hopes of determining exactly where it is they came from. Move, move, move! Confirm coordinates.
Me heavy, easy sailing until heavy floaters
Moving out.
start to come out. Heavy floaters could be tricky for sure.
Opposition is headed towards you. Repeat, hostiles approaching your position.
Yeah, thanks for the 60 months. Yeah, that's so rude. What do you want me to do about that?
Time to get this ball rolling.
Probably should have used my motion tracker to check if I could open that door before I did. Also, I thought Thin Men, like, dropped down here. But that has clearly not happened.
Firing rocket.
I didn't pull 16 Thin Men? True. Unlucky.
From what I've observed so far, it's clear the aliens have developed a propulsion system that allows for faster than light travel.
Faster than light travel? Holy shit.
Position confirmed. See you in hell.
It's kind of cool.
Approaching target now. No joy here.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Did that work? It worked. Okay. I didn't end up throwing it to quite where I wanted to.
Covering now.
Affirmative. Covering now. Moving.
Starting to lose ground.
Diameter of a circle has nothing to do with its area. That's sensible. I don't know who this guy is, but I feel like he knows what he's talking about. There's a Thin Man like over here.
I find myself wondering how far these creatures have traveled to undertake this invasion. The resources involved are staggering.
This invasion.
Damn it.
Negative.
Okay, going well, going well. Thank you.
Taken care of. Headed there now. Copy that. Come with some.
Medkit? Can you use it from down here?
I'm all over it.
Oh, what a broken item.
Easy now, soldier. On my way. Reloaded. On my way.
Really would prefer no Thin Men dropped down and killed Arados. If they kill the target escort, that's fine. Like, whatever. If they kill Arados, I'll be really upset, though. Is that the one from upstairs? by engineer who I didn't give. Engineer who I didn't give carapace. He's now covered in acid. Oh gosh.
in the water here.
Aye, aye.
Whoop! A lot of enemies out here.
Yes, Commander.
The hundo?
X-ray down.
Launching.
I find it... That's the second time this campaign that I've shot a rocket, which claimed it wasn't hitting my soldier, and then was. I find it kind of frustrating that it does that, but on the other hand, I could just stop firing them. You know? It is kind of my fault.
Sir. Bangs out.
That'd mean a scatter? Sure, maybe.
Moving to designated coordinates.
If you have Longmore installed, do you need UPK utils to install GSK pause and notification or not? I use UPK utils to do all of the extra mods and recommend it.
On the move.
Hostiles are headed your way, Strike 1. Prep for contact.
Are they? Oh, like from the sky? What are you talking about, Bradford? Okay. Okay, I see. Just the one, though. There's a seeker active still. Something I don't quite understand is like, does the seeker know it can just go shoot the person I'm rescuing and then I'll lose the mission? I assume it doesn't.
Headed there now.
That feels like it would be too easy for the aliens. And while they make the game hard for the player, they also make this game pretty hard for the aliens. I don't know if this will see or not. Throw it anyway.
Sweeping.
Answer is that it will not. I was trying to see this thin man over here. Somebody should kill that. It's been a while since I shot a rocket, which dealt damage to me instead of the enemies. I wonder if I can move and shoot a rocket here. This might actually be a move and shoot. It's okay.
Moving.
Usually never do this.
Suck on this.
Alright, cool. That was great. A+.
Copy that, sir. Roger that.
Looks like rockets are back on the menu.
I'm on the move. Affirmative. We have eyes on the target. Roger that. Ready to engage.
flag. Rock and roll. The repositioning orders.
I assume I got shot from like... oh, didn't kill me. Okay, neat. Thought the thin man who dropped down over here was gonna do mean things to me there.
Getting it done.
We have to give our Rocketeer a medal after this.
Solid copy. Down.
Kill confirmed.
Yes, Commander.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Let's do this.
I'll get some.
I'm on it.
$400 is flat out wrong. Somebody has opinions about how long it takes people to play this game. They may or may not survive contact with the majority of reality.
Green to go.
Negative damage.
Some people take about 400 hours per mission. What are you doing? Is it ill? What the fuck was that? Wait, now it's invisible? Holy shit. Oh, Lisan al-Gaib. Well, that explains why it felt confident taking the shot, I guess. How long does acid last? This is my infantry. And Doran does not have resilience, unfortunately. Well, the like safe play here is to kill to Arados, I suppose.
Heading out.
Feels slightly ludicrous.
Will do.
There's probably one thin man left on the map, would be my guess. Maybe one more pod, actually? Maybe one more pod.
Affirmative.
This one has a lot of drop-ins toward the end of the mission, though.
Let's have a peek.
I feel like since being complimented on my motion tracker and battle scanner use at the start of the stream, I have missed every motion tracker and battle scanner.
Reloaded.
Will do. Got it covered.
Is Arados at 100 kills yet? I don't think so.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Not
Hostiles
very
are closing in
close.
your position, Strike one. Eyes open, people.
Oh, it was up there. That makes sense. Dead? The men really don't deal any damage. Can Arados 1v1 a thin man?
Okay.
How if I move that direction?
Closing on target.
Assault's done an excellent job of getting through their health bar. Their own health bar in this case.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
I think I'm just staying here.
Heading to that location. Moving to Overwatch.
Oh, it can come this way. Love that idea. Nobody's fast enough to stop it. Ugh. So we need a smoke. Alternately, I could just like step back here. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that's better.
Target now.
Affirmative, covering now.
I'm on it.
Ready to rock.
Interesting to see how careful and safe I play and be like, oh, you guess you would be absolutely slaughtered if you tried this. Am I playing careful right now? I don't feel like I'm playing careful.
I'm on the move. Batter up.
You can play a lot more carefully than this.
Hunt him down. Running. One for the good guys. I think it poisoned me.
That's dead every time, right? It's actually a 100% chance shot. I'm using cover and not triggering all the air spawns.
Back online.
Possibly somewhat true.
Copy that.
Ready to rock. I feel, Commander.
Usually in this mission, though, you would not open the door that I opened. Possibly ever, but certainly not on like turn 1 or whenever I did it. It might have been turn 2.
In motion.
It's a big thin man.
Heading out.
Does it give me a vision of the back one?
On my way.
I don't remember where the back one pulled. Clearly not. Are these Thin Man snipers?
10-4.
An autopsy, right? I can actually click on them. This is a Thin Man. It has Executioner, Sprinter, Leap, and Acid Spit. I don't know what the other one was. It's dead now. we are happy to suppress this. It's a lot better than missing the shot, and it isn't much worse than hitting the shot, because if I hit the shot, the other Thin Man kind of has permission to go wild. Whereas if I keep suppression up, the Thin Man will want to protect its friend. Oh, shh.
Can't kill him if you don't hit him. Toasted.
Everything's gone great this mission. There are no complaints about anything that has happened on my end.
Roger, tracking.
Arados has a 100% on that, I assume. Try to get the kill with the medic instead. Nope.
Missed.
Trying to get the kill with the Rocketeer instead.
Heading for that location.
Nice.
See you in hell.
That is almost certainly a clear map.
Sir,
What? Did a what? What?
weapons hot.
So many questions.
We're green to go.
Time to move.
Brain does not compute. Oh, hi.
Okay.
Oh, bye.
We have eyes on the target.
I thought that
Loaded. Good to go.
enemies only started dropping down when a hostage started moving. Not a hostage, sorry. Sorry, this is a friendly VIP. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Whatever you call a friendly
Eyes on
VIP.
the target.
Target? The target started moving? There's a target escort, I think.
Overwatch.
On the move. Oh yeah.
Okay. So if we spread out to the rooftops a little bit.
On it.
Solid
Some
copy,
people up
Commander.
here. And we should be good to run out 4 people on each rooftop.
Roger that. I'm on it.
I'm on the move.
Search and destroy, you mean rescue, search and rescue?
Moving to Overwatch.
Well,
Running.
at least search, I don't know. We'll make up our minds when we get there, I think.
Double time it.
Got it covered.
Running.
Rolling.
Roger that. Scanning.
Moving to Overwatch. Roger that. Scanning. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Moving to Overwatch.
Eyes peeled, Commander. On Overwatch.
Affirmative. We have eyes on the target.
Got it
Okay,
covered.
I have to actually pay attention to where the enemies go.
Scanning.
Eyes on the prize.
Will I, for the first time in my life, actually do that?
On Overwatch.
Roger that. It's about to heat up over there, Strike One. X-rays are making their
That
way
one's
to your
dead.
position.
How am I meant to know where the other ones went? Oh, there aren't any other ones? Okay, cool. Neat.
Come get some.
eyes on the target.
I feel Commander.
I feel
Moving to Overwatch.
Is that it, or?
Covering eyes on the target.
You guessed it, boys and girls. You've got hostiles inbound.
There.
Stay frosty.
Interesting.
Heading out.
It's quite hard to deal with.
Thank you for coming to my aid. I only hope my data is beneficial to the cause.
The VIP is secure.
We have a new objective. Good. Now you just need to take out any active hostiles still in your locale.
Nice try, idiot.
Affirmative.
And then men crit for 9. Not an Overwatch, unless they have Opportunist.
Moving to firing position. Loud and clear, sir.
Mission accomplished, folks.
Good stuff. Thin man leaders might have squad sight by now. Yeah, but the ones that drop in are not thin men leaders, so there you go.
The aliens better get it together, or we're gonna mop the
Ugh.
floor.
I haven't seen anything with squad sight yet. We are probably getting close, though. So much money.
We will be in touch, Commander.
I can build my satellite for Germany. What else? Could start on a workshop or a lab. Yeah, let's do that. So 7 hours for satellite.